The Bold and the Beautiful weekly update: Brooke's runway bombshell, Hope's crossroads, and Liam's hidden illness. And the messiest move of the week: Taylor's lockout on Bold and the Beautiful. But why? And the Bold and the Beautiful preview week on Steffi's truth bomb, Luna's plea, Daphine's desperate demand. There are more. Ridge's shocking marriage proposal, defying Eric for all the wrong reasons. But why? And Bold and the Beautiful, Daphine's creepy behavior turns dangerous next week. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. The Bold and the Beautiful weekly update: Brooke's runway bombshell, Hope's crossroads, and Liam's hidden illness. On The Bold and the Beautiful, the Forrester and Logan clans experienced interpersonal upheaval, emotional agony, and strategic plotting during the week of April. Suddenly appearing as the catwalk showstopper, Brooke Logan stirred up controversy and raised further concerns about her connection with Ridge Forrester. Taylor Hayes was placed on notice by Steffi Forrester's rage over Brooke's unexpected homecoming and Eric Forrester's cunning behind the scenes. Hope Logan was under increasing pressure, both personally and professionally. In the meanwhile, Hope found herself drawn back into the drama she had believed was behind her when her employment at Forrester was jeopardized and Carter Walton's allegiance was called into question. Liam Spencer fought a major illness in secret without anybody knowing, choosing to keep it a secret for the time being on The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi was even more persuaded that Brooke had planned her jaw-dropping moment when Taylor revealed to her that she and Brooke had been imprisoned in the vault after the fashion show. Ridge and Brooke hinted that Brooke would wear her gown at another wedding, possibly to Ridge. During their live-streamed interview, Katie caught a glimpse of Daphne kissing Carter in the backdrop. Eric admitted to Ridge, Steffi, and Taylor that he was behind Brooke's unexpected stroll in an attempt to make headlines and revisit the past. Eric argued that Brooke saved the day and brought back the memories of her past with Ridge, even though Steffi felt like she had been stolen. Back at Brooke's house, Eric and Katie made a prophecy that Ridge and Brooke will return at some point. Taylor, however, fought against the media's title of Brooke and Ridge as the first couple of fashion. Daphne was asked by Zen why she was acting in such way at the showroom. He also verified that she and Steffi were plotting to ruin Carter and Hope. Katie claimed that Daphne was manipulating Carter after she overheard this and confronted her. When Ridge argued with Eric at Forrester for meddling, Eric defended himself by stating that Ridge should get over Taylor and be with Brooke instead, exaggerating their runway chemistry and referring to herself as his destiny. Brooke held Ridge against the CEO's desk and demanded a reunion. Ridge insisted the scene was manufactured, but Brooke refused to back down. In the meantime, Daphne was questioned by Katie about her role in Carter and Steffi's scheme. Claiming to have fallen in love, Daphne justified herself. Daphne interrupted Carter, saying that she and Katie were just talking about what was best for him. At the Logan home, Hope stood by her mother's pleasure with Ridge and took responsibility for the takeover disaster. Hope was led to believe that Liam was staying with Steffi and Finn because of plumbing problems, but Liam concealed his diagnosis from her. Steffi pushed him to be honest with her, but Liam was scared to tell Hope about his health condition. Hope knew something wasn't right, but she decided not to ask more questions. For failing to keep Hope's line open, Carter confronted Ridge at Forrester. Ridge pointed to Steffi's displeasure as the reason. Meanwhile, Electra Forrester and Will Spencer enjoyed a moving moment that suggested a new bond was on the rise. A hurt Steffi told Finn that, considering Liam's condition, it did not make sense to keep Hope and Liam apart at this time. Hope was urged by Liam at the Cliff House to move on and give Carter another chance. Hope was moved and texted Carter back. Ridge overheard Brooke and Carter at Forrester talking about Hope's comeback. After Carter texted Hope, he reiterated his request before going to see her. He apologized and asked for a second chance when Carter showed there. Hope leaned into an embrace without confirming her sentiments, which left the possibility of a reunion open. The messiest move of the week. Taylor's lockout on Bold and the Beautiful. But why? Taylor wins the award for the week's messiest maneuver. She appeared apprehensive at the House of Forrester fashion show. She ended up being imprisoned in the vault with Brooke after her nerves finally got the better of her. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor's recent actions are still being discussed. In the past, Rebecca Budig's character Taylor was portrayed as a confident, glitzy woman. Her efforts to turn Ridge's, Thorsten Kaye, head were quick. Although she was a famous psychotherapist, she felt at home in the fashion industry. However, this week's actions were very different from Taylor's previous ones. She appeared uneasy and awkward because Taylor kept running into models and destroying the clothes rack. Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, said that Taylor had no business there. Taylor locked them in the vault, presumably shaken by their statements. Although she says it wasn't her fault, we strongly disagree. She must have liked causing mayhem at the concert in some way. We were left wondering what had become of the former Taylor. She pretended to be a nervous adolescent. Her right to be on the guest list should have been made clear. She is, after all, a member of the Forrester family. The CEO of Forrester Creations is her daughter, and Taylor is back with Ridge. What more is there for her to prove? We wish we could have witnessed Taylor take ownership of this moment. She simply created chaos instead. Brooke told him that Taylor had locked them in the vault. But even Ridge didn't seem interested in her. He was thrilled at the moment that Brooke had come close to saving the fashion show. If not for the showstopper, it would have been a complete failure. How do you feel? Do you believe Taylor and Ridge's relationship will be ruined by her nervousness? Do you believe she's losing him already? Share your thoughts in the comments area. Post a comment now. More information. The Bold and the Beautiful preview week of Steffi's truth bomb, Luna's plea, Daphne's desperate demand. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a sneak peek for the week of March has been made public. It depicts Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McKenzie Wood, shocking Hope Logan, Annika Noel with a shocking revelation. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, looks to Tanner Novlan's character, John Finn Finnegan. Furthermore, Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, is frantically desired by Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, to be present. Read on, and let's discuss what will happen in the CBS soap opera next week. To begin with, the preview tape opens with Steffi asking Hope to meet her. Despite the fact that Hope recently saw Liam, she is unaware of his impending death. It was impossible for Liam to tell Hope that he had an incurable brain tumor. Liam did give Hope some clues, but she didn't seem to notice. Hope questions Steffi about her motivation for meeting when she gets there. She is told it's about Liam by the brunette. Steffi's crying makes Hope realize that something is seriously amiss, even though she would normally roll her eyes. Steffi had stolen Finn away from Luna and Shyla Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. Luna still has a thing for Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, but she still wants to be with her father. In a sneak peek, Luna confronts her biological father. Luna begs Finn to keep his promise to her. Luna doesn't forget to remind Finn that she is his daughter, not simply a distant relative. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Finn will face difficulties as a result of Luna's request. Finn desires to be involved with his daughter's life, but Steffi will never permit it to happen. Luna was not only responsible for the murders of Paul Hollister W.E. Chambers, and Tom Starr, Clint Howard. Additionally, Luna intended to let Steffi die by keeping her in a cage while under the influence of drugs. Thus, Finn might be caught between Steffi and Luna. Fans should anticipate Daphne attempting to entice Carter once more. However, Daphne is being quite demanding and forceful about it this time. Carter backs off, and Daphne moves in his direction. In front of him, the nose gives him the instruction to put Hope out of his mind and begin making plans for the future. I have a suspicion that Daphne would overreact in her pursuit of her goals and desires. What is the plot that you are most excited to witness on Monday, March 5, 2025? Leave a comment below with your comments. Ridge's shocking marriage proposal, defying Eric for all the wrong reasons. But why? Updates and teasers for the bold and the beautiful hint to a rebellious Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, confronting Eric Forrester, John McCook, demonstrating his independence and refusal to let his father to control his decisions. In order to demonstrate his independence, Ridge might do something big as a result of this disobedience, but he might later come to regret it on the CBS soap opera. Eric almost insisted this week that Ridge get back together with his true love. Catherine Kelly Lang's character Brooke Logan longs for the day when fate makes a permanent appearance in her life. But according to the most recent B&B leaks, this reunion is not at all likely. It seems that by encouraging his son to resume his relationship with Brooke, Eric is driving Ridge to the edge. While Eric is certain that Brooke is the source of true happiness, Ridge is unwavering in his devotion to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, despite Eric's assertions of respect for her. Regarding Eric's sudden objection to his son's connection with Taylor, fans of the CBS serial series are split. Given Ridge's past, some viewers feel that Eric went too far in insisting that Ridge go back to Brooke, while others see his actions as a sign of worry for his son. The patriarch of Forrester is fully aware that Ridge tends to return to his Logan. But when Eric emphasizes that Ridge doesn't show any commitment to Taylor, not even a marriage proposal, it might be driving Ridge to the limit. Ridge might be influenced by this to make a snap judgment that he would later regret. Ridge is prepared to take charge of his own fate. According to upcoming spoilers, it seems he might show Taylor how committed he is to her by sincerely proposing to her. Brooke is still enjoying the high from their electric connection at the fashion show for Forrester Creations. Ridge feels their connection is tainted by past betrayals, despite the fact that his love for her is still steadfast. Since Taylor is always there for him, Ridge ultimately sees a future with her as a more secure option. There are rumors that Ridge will ask Taylor to marry him, which would undoubtedly cause problems for Taylor, Ridge, and Brooke. Ridge frequently thinks back on his relationship with Brooke and is unsure these days. Ridge's sudden marriage to Taylor doesn't seem like a love whirlwind. Rather, it seems to be an attempt to break free from his father's control over his life outside of FC. Ridge's hasty proposal could also be an attempt to convince himself that he and Taylor are a good fit. However, Taylor must be conscious of the fact that if she becomes an almost bride, it would be for all the wrong reasons. Without a doubt, Steffy Forrester would be in favor of her parents reconciling. Because Ridge will always have affections for Brooke Logan, it could end badly, even though it might start off well. Even with a wedding ring, Brooke is unlikely to stop chasing Logan and may even become more crafty in her flirtation, so temptation will always be present in Ridge's life at FC. Should Ridge make a proposal, will Taylor agree? She ought to understand the possible dangers in their union. At last, she could apply her expertise as a psychiatrist to identify the clear problems. Ridge would cause conflict with his father if he does pop the question, which isn't a smart way to start a marriage unless the CBS serial opera is looking for drama. Bold and the Beautiful. Daphne's creepy behavior turns dangerous next week. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful reveal that Daphne Rose is a desperate lady who is pursuing Hope Logan as her actions get unsettling on the CBS soap opera the next week. Daphne's behavior is unacceptable to Carter Walton, particularly as he attempts to mend his relationship with Hope. But because she wants this man, Daphne isn't about to give up. Fans of Bold and the Beautiful only have a limited understanding of Daphne Rose. Muriel Hilaire. I get what I want, she says. She means this. Based on this week's previews, the woman with the keen sense of smell is currently prowling the corridors of Forrester Creations. Viewers do observe, however, that people no longer pause to smell her when she walks into a room. And the reason for that is probably that they now have her number. The people who once fell asleep when Daphne strode into the room had a few encounters with her. At one point, she infused the space with an enticing scent. But at last, her co-workers, such as Zend Forrester, Delon Demetz, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, got an actual sniff of her. As a result, her fragrance is more of a warning that she will be on the prowl next week on the CBS serial opera. These people who saw her attempting to entice Carter away from Hope on Bold and Beautiful now understand that she has a secret goal. Keeping Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, apart is her top priority. Next week, Daphne Rose presents herself as the superior catch and begins pressuring Carter to move on from Hope. As her actions become more eerie, it's impossible to predict what she will do next. According to teasers for Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne will soon find herself in a very different situation the following week. Daphne was brought to LA by Steffi Forrester, played by Jacqueline McKenzie-Wood, in order to ruin Hope Logan and Carter's relationship. But a terrible thing has occurred since then. Rather than becoming angry with Hope, Steffi begins to connect with her as they work through the fear of Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, impending death. It is probably safe to assume that Steffi Forrester no longer supports Daphne's efforts to ruin Hope's life. However, Daphne was smitten with Carter. Thus, spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that she continues to take on the assignment in spite of Steffi's lack of encouragement. In the preview for the Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne Rose is seen urging Carter to put Hope Logan out of his mind. As the week progresses, Carter should have realized by now that Daphne is a problem and how much of one she is. Next week, Hope Logan must deal with the sadness and gloom surrounding Liam's death as Bold and the Beautiful premieres. Daphne will stop at nothing to prevent Hope and Carter from reconciling, even though Carter wants to support her. Next week's preview of The Bold and the Beautiful features Daphne Rose hurling herself at Carter in what many are calling repulsive behavior. According to the preview's brief teaser, Carter is a little uneasy about Daphne's incapacity to hear the word no. We cannot forecast how far Daphne will go in her need for Carter as her guy because, once more, we do not know her past. Luna Nozawa, played by Lisa Yamada, first appeared as a naive intern at Forrester Creations. However, she killed 2 people to achieve her goals, and she was about to commit a 3rd murder when she was apprehended. We now witness Daphne Rose losing her mind for Carter Walton. Although she may not be seeking physical harm, she is likely to take any necessary action to break up Hope and Carter's connection. Will Hope be in danger as a result of her noticing that she and Carter are working on a future together? Given her manipulative tendencies, Daphne undoubtedly exhibits some signs of a desperate woman. Carter tries to block Daphne's advances, but we do know that she will not back down from the CBS serial opera next week. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments. And stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.